Hi everyone, I'm Chung Wen for Gotta Be Mobile, and in this video we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Dell XPS 13, which is a 13.3-inch Ultrabook. Dell has fashioned the XPS 13 to be a premium and luxurious Ultrabook designed to take on Apple's MacBook Air, and the Dell XPS 13 doesn't disappoint in that department. Like the MacBook Air, the Dell XPS 13 utilizes a wedge-shaped design that's a little bit thicker at the rear and tapers towards the front, so you have a design that's about 0.7 inch thick at the rear and 0.2 inch thick at the front. It's a very slim Ultrabook, and it's about 3 pounds in weight. At the top, you have a machined aluminum unibody construction for the display, and on the bottom of the notebook, and you can see it on the undercarriage here, you have a checkered black material that's actually a carbon fiber finish. Utilizing carbon fiber actually does help to strengthen the Ultrabook and keep it sturdy and rigid, while at the same time reducing the weight of the Ultrabook. However, unlike Dell's competitor, Dell has managed to make the carbon fiber, which in itself isn't a very sturdy structure, to be very sturdy and premium feeling. So Dell did a great job with the Ultrabook here in this regards. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Ultrabook itself. We're going to go ahead and open up the lid. And as you can see here from the top, the screen is very, very thin, and it angles out to about this much. So you do have a very nice angle. It doesn't fold out flat, unlike some of the more recent Ultrabooks on the market. The power button is here on the upper left-hand corner of the keyboard deck. And as you can see, when we turn on the Ultrabook itself, there's a little bit of a backlighting on the keyboard. Go ahead and close out and go back to the main start screen. And the Dell display is actually nice and bright. Go ahead and increase the brightness. It's actually brighter than most Ultrabooks in the class, and you can see here that colors are very vibrant and sharp, and the display is actually very bright with excellent viewing angles thanks to the XPS display. Dell says that it's covering the 13.3-inch touchscreen with a Gorilla Glass NBT panel, so it gives it a little extra protection against scratches and dings. The screen is a full HD resolution touchscreen with a 1920 pixel by 1080 pixel resolution, and Dell offers a non-touch variety with a Core i3 processor at the low end of the spectrum, and that retails for about $1,050. This is the $1,300 configuration, and it does have a touchscreen as we just demonstrated, and it jumps up to a Core i5 processor with 8 gigs of RAM and a 128GB SSD drive. There's also a more expensive configuration with the Core i7 processor that doubles the storage to 256 gigs of onboard storage. As you can see here in the bottom of the keyboard deck, I'm going to go ahead and set the Ultrabook down. The keyboard deck actually is coated, it has a soft touch coating over a magnesium plate, so it gives the wrist rest here a very sturdy feel that is both inviting and welcoming to type on, unlike the MacBook Air, which has just the aluminum feel. So here with the soft touch material, it's a little bit warmer, so when you first turn on the system, and if you brush your wrist up against the edge of the laptop, you're not going to feel and wince at the coldness of the metal surface. So the soft touch finish actually does a nice job. There's also an island style keyboard arrangement here with the XPS 13, and the keys are nicely spaced, and it does utilize full keys on the keyboard. In typing, we were able to get up to speed typing on the XPS 13 rather quickly thanks to a comfortable keyboard design. However, in use, the keys do feel a little bit more hollow, so you don't have a nice clicking sound, unlike some of the more premium laptops out there, such as Lenovo's excellent keyboards or even Apple's MacBook keyboard design. The keys do have backlighting, and they have a nice and subtle concave surface on the top of each key to help reduce typing inaccuracy and to help speed up typing. As far as the trackpad or the touchpad is concerned, it is a glass touchpad. There are no buttons on this touchpad, although there's a gray demarcation line here to separate the left and right button clicks. And if you just click down where it is, the whole touchpad clicks. And if you click on the left side, it simulates a left click. And if you click to the right of the demarcation line, it simulates a right click on your XPS 13 system. As we mentioned before, the XPS 13 runs on Windows 8 and it's upgradable to Windows 8.1, so all the suite of gestures is supported, including the charms, and you do have a number of swipes that you can acclimate yourself with using the touchscreen. With Windows 8.1 and also with the Intel Core i5 processor here, you do have access to the classic desktop, which allows you to install applications that are not found in the Windows Store at this time. Some of those applications include accessing my Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Creative Suite, along with some of the hardcore gaming titles that you may see on Windows 7. Let's go ahead and take a look around the XPS 13 to see what ports are included with the Ultrabook design. On the left edge, starting at the very back of the Ultrabook, you have a power port here where you can insert the AC adapter to charge your laptop. We got around 8 hours of battery life on a single charge browsing web pages and watching videos, so this Ultrabook does have excellent battery life. There's also a full-size USB 3.0 port as well as a headphone jack. Moving over to the right side of the Ultrabook, you'll notice that there's a mini display port along with a second full-size USB port. There's also a button here where if you press in or with your fingernails, it's a little bit hard to reach, but a suite of 5 LED indicator lights will glow up. So depending on how many lights glow, you're going to be able to tell without even having to open the Ultrabook or power it on to see how much battery life is remaining on the XPS 13. What users won't notice on this laptop is there's no SD card slot, which is unfortunate as it is a powerful enough system for mobile photographers to take on the go. So if you need an SD card or if you're using a micro SD card, you might want to invest in an adapter that will plug into your USB port and will be able to read the cards. In terms of multimedia power, the XPS 13 benefits from Intel's Core i series processor. These are Haswell chips, so they're more battery efficient. They're the 4th generation chips. All 3 configurations of the XPS 13 also utilize the Intel HD 4400 graphics, which is powerful enough to do light editing on Photoshop and other applications while you're on the go. So you do have a very capable integrated graphics chip with the Intel HD 4400 and the Core i5 processor in the configuration that we have here for review. Along with 8 gigs of RAM, the XPS 13 is able to handle videos pretty flawlessly, and that's thanks to a very bright display. This display is actually brighter than most other Ultrabooks and laptops in the category, and it's very readable even under the sun. So if you need to take it out to a picnic or a barbecue to check in on work or check emails while you're on the go, this Ultrabook will actually handle that task rather efficiently, unlike other laptops with screens that aren't quite as bright. In terms of audio quality, the XPS 13 actually has a very decent speaker on the bottom of the notebook where there's little distortion even at the highest volume. Although they're not the loudest speakers that we've heard on a compact system, the XPS 13 does benefit from having very good audio fidelity and very good bass. For a complete view of the XPS 13, be sure to visit us at www.gottabemobile.com for our full written review of this highly capable Ultrabook. I'm Chung Nguyen for Gotta Be Mobile. Thanks for watching this video review of the XPS 13, which is still one of the best and sturdiest Windows 8 Ultrabook in the category and a very worthy contender to Apple's MacBook Air.